CRC debt, which we estimate at about $350 million. $80 million of it is the bond for the Performing Arts Center for the Palladium itself. That was the first big piece. Now, that was guaranteed with TIF, and if TIF didn't cover it, then there was a provision that we have to shift to a property tax base that will affect all citizens. And at the time that bond was put in, more than enough TIF was projected to cover it. But as the CRC moved on and borrowed more and more money under the names of more and more instruments, and TIF was used to guarantee those bonds as well, the danger now, and the question that's often asked, I think Mr. Lyle asked me, is why are you doing this? And there's three good answers. One of them, we can reduce the amount that we pay on debt by refinancing at lower rates. We think we're going to be somewhere around 3 to 3.75%. Some of those debts are at 6, 7, 8, 9. They're very short term. And that's why the danger is. If those debts siphon off all the TIF, then a tax kicks in on the $80 million, PAC bond. The second reason we're doing it, of course, is because citizens are at risk now, and the rates are ridiculously low. And we would like to get this done, and we think the presidential election is a watershed moment for rates, and so we would like to gather all the information and make an intelligent decision before then. But finally, I want to quote what President Sharp has said. He said it to reporters, he said it at the meeting, we are going to fix this mess. And it is a mess, as I'll get to in a moment. We're going to fix it because we can. We can now because the Attorney General allowed us to have an ordinance of home rule that actually put a stop to the borrowing of the CRC without approval for us. We can because that ordinance passed. We can because the CRC allowed it to pass because they could no longer borrow, because their finances are so tight that although I think it was said in a letter to the editor over the weekend, they have millions available in a letter of credit. That's true. But if they borrow those millions, they can't afford to pay them back, because what they're doing is borrowing on letters of credit to pay off a previous letter of credit and then taking another letter of credit to borrow out the second one. It's kind of like paycheck loans. And short-term loans that have a balloon, that are due quickly, are things that are too dangerous to work with in a volatile financial situation with the prospect of interest rates escalating. So we can do this. We will do this, and we will fix things. We thought we had at least a cursory handle on the big picture, and the last thing that happened at the committee meeting was that we found out that there was another surprise event that we could add to the picture, which was that a clerk at the CRC's offices, as they were sending out bills to the city for the energy that each building uses, police department, fire department, our city buildings here, although the numbers were correct in their projections as far as how much they should get from each of us for the energy expended, the clerk made a mistake. It wasn't a little mistake. It was a $500,000 mistake. So as we look at this, we have to take all of that into an account, and I'm waiting for access. I'm waiting for some of these documents, and I will get to everybody tomorrow with a series of dates. We're going to have committee meetings certainly more than once a month, 2 or 3 times, to get this done and to try to hit our mark of before the presidential in early November. And that's it.